Well, good morning, everyone. Now more than ever and during Seniors Month, it's important that we come together to support our seniors and recognize and honor the knowledge, experience, and the contributions that seniors have made to build the province that we enjoy today, and that they continue to make every day in communities like Whitby. This year's theme, Stay Safe, Stay in Touch, focuses on keeping our older adults safe, connected, and engaged at home. Later in today's roundtable, we're going to hear more details about that from our panelists. But now it's my honor to introduce the Honorable Raymond Cho, the Minister of Seniors and Accessibility. Welcome, Raymond. And Raymond and I have served for a better part of 6 years. And when we were in opposition, Raymond and I sat beside each other in the Legislative Assembly, and we both have similar careers insofar as we served for a long period of time as municipal councillors before being elected as members of provincial parliament. But Raymond and his parliamentary assistant have done a great job in championing the needs of seniors in our province. So Raymond, my honor to have you here. Please, if you would make some opening remarks. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning. Hello, everyone. Thank you to my marvelous colleague, MPP Lone Cole, for inviting me to join you here this morning. Also, I'm very happy my excellent Parliament Assistant, MPP Dicey Way, is with us. MPP Lone Cole, you're working so hard for Durham and all the people of Ontario, and especially our seniors. And it is a real pleasure to work with MPP official whip Lone Cole at Queen's Park. We have had an incredible tough year and a half with the COVID-19. COVID-19 is tough. Together, we are tougher. The burden of COVID has fallen hard on our seniors. They have helped to build the beautiful province we live in today. They continue to make an enormous contribution to our communities through their volunteer efforts and the wisdom they share. I'm senior. We seniors, we deserve all the respect. Now, June is a seniors month. It is a special time for us to appreciate our seniors and to express our thanks for all they do. This year's theme is Stay Safe, Active, and Connected. Events like this are a great way to achieve all three of those goals. 2 weeks ago, I announced our Seniors Community Grant Program, inviting applications for grants from community organizations all across Ontario. We are investing $5 million in this program, providing grants of between $1,000 and $25,000 for local organizations. Our government is empowering seniors with the choice to stay in their homes as long as they choose to. We have introduced the Seniors Home Renovation Tax Credit, providing a refundable credit of 25% of expenses up to $10,000. We have also expanded our seniors dental and co-pay programs, providing free access to routine procedures to more seniors across our province. These are just a few of the ways we're supporting our seniors. To learn more, I encourage you to visit ontario.ca/seniors. Thank you again, MPP Cole, my favorite MPP, the best friend, for inviting me to join you here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Minister, for your kind words and your leadership of seniors across this province. You've made a significant difference, not only here in Whitby, but also in other parts of Ontario as well. I'm really pleased that the parliamentary assistant, Daisy Way, was able to join us this morning as well. And Daisy it is really a champion for seniors as well in her riding, but also other parts of Ontario. And whenever I have the opportunity to host these roundtables, Daisy always steps up and is there to support me and support the minister as well. Daisy, did you have a few words you'd like to share with people?
Good morning, Lauren. Our MPP, Lauren, that is also welcome and received in Whitby in your riding. Not only in Whitby, you are, as what our minister said, you are our favorite MPP at Queen's Park. As I have been saying, you are our whip and you have been putting all of us in order. Thank you very much. And most important part is I really appreciate you working so hard and make sure that everything is in order. You're there every day. And thank you so much. Minister has already said a lot about the ministry and the services, the programs that we can offer. But I just want to say that our premier and our government care for the seniors. And being a senior myself, I am so thankful that we appreciate all the work that our government appreciate all the work that our seniors has put together for the province of Ontario. We'll continue to work together to make Ontario the best place to live, as well as to respect our seniors. Thank you very much, Lauren, for hosting this in the month of the seniors. Thank you so much. Thank you, Minister, for leading us and giving us the best senior program in Ontario. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Daisy. And it's now my pleasure to introduce a longtime colleague here from the town of Whitby. Many of you will know that I had the pleasure of serving as a MP, a councillor for 13 years. And in the course of that, came to meet Kim Evans, who is the recreation supervisor, 55 plus recreation supervisor in the town of Whitby. And it does a tremendous job. And when the senior center was open, I'd make a point on Fridays, particularly when the legislature is not in session, to visit and chat with Kim and some of the seniors that were there. And I raised that because for us to do the work we do at Queen's Park, it involves partnerships. And Minister will know this because a former councillor, it's important that you partner with municipalities and you partner with other levels of government to affect the work that we're trying to do for seniors. But this has been a real difficult year for Kim and others in the town of Whitby and the region of Durham, and they've had to pivot in terms of the delivery of the activities for seniors. So Kim, could you just speak to some of the challenges that you've experienced over the past year and a half, close to 2 years now, and what you've been able to do to support seniors in the town of Whitby through the senior center here downtown, not too far from my constituency office, and the other location in Brooklyn, which is in the north part of my riding. Over to you, Kim Evans. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to everybody for joining us today and for bringing greetings for Seniors Month. We appreciate you all attending. I'm just going to share my screen. So 1 second. Just to give a summary of what we've been up to. So in March 13th, 2020, we were locked down along with everybody else and emergency stay-at-home orders. And we thought it would only be for a short time. So we were thinking it's okay, we'll be all right. And then we realized it was going to be in a longer time. And so we connected with our seniors right away. We had 4,200 members. And we made sure that we connected with them via phone, and Tom can talk to you more about that in a minute. But also, we were very fortunate to have the Ontario Seniors Active Living Grants and the Ontario Seniors Inclusive Community Grant. That helped us transition a lot of our programming to the phone through Senior Centers Without Walls, and also to virtual programming via Zoom. And I will pass it over to Tom to talk a little bit about the 55 Plus Committee and phone programs.
Great. Thanks, Kim. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yep, we can.
Good. Good morning, everyone. Happy summer. I think today's the first full day of summer. My garden loves the water that the good Lord put upon it this morning and last night. So what I'd like to do, I'm a member of the committee, as Kim described, and have been for a number of years. And it's been a really interesting time as we go through this pandemic period. And one of the keys is communication. And I think we've done a great job as an organization in communicating to our members, our 4,000 plus members. The committee continues to meet on a monthly basis, except for the summer months. We've actually had a couple of new individuals join the committee. So there's still a lot of interest in terms of serving our seniors. Like many people, we all have the challenges of, some people have internet access, some people use emails, others rely on regular newsletters and regular mailing. So we've been able to keep everyone engaged. When I say everyone, meaning the members, the senior members, whether it's through the weekly email newsletters to provide them an update, or through mailings that we send out to them. One of the key means by which we are able to engage people and keep them safe and active and connected is through our various phone programs. First one is Senior Centers Without Walls program. It started prior to the pandemic, but we have a number of different activities that we can deliver over the telephone to a smaller group of people. They don't have the advantage of like Zoom and the video, but they are able to connect and talk live and do different things with that. We also have a short story book club. It's sort of like a library book club, but it's short stories and again, keeping the seniors very much engaged. The one that I like the most and have participated in is the wellness phone check, where Kim and her staff divided up some of the more elderly seniors, excuse me, and we started to call them and just check in and see how they're doing, offering assistance, answering questions. And I found it personally very gratifying that the people were somewhat surprised that the seniors group would contact them. And I was really pleased to hear that most of the individuals have a strong support network in place, whether it's neighbors, or a lot have sons and daughters that were able to take care of their needs, get groceries, medicines, that sort of thing. So overall, as I step back and look at how well I think we have done to keep our seniors safe, active, and connected, these activities in particular have contributed in large part to that. Back to you, Kim.
And then we also had to learn Zoom. So all of the staff quickly learned Zoom, and then we developed some programs to help our members learn Zoom. And we started Chit Chat Trivia on Mondays, which provides some social programs for our members. Social groups met, so if they couldn't meet to play bridge or to quilt, some groups met socially over Zoom. And we also invented not invented, but invented for us bingo over Zoom, which was very different. And a lot of people are playing that. And a lot of people are interested in our fitness classes. So we had to, as MPP Co said, pivot, but we have had great success with a lot of our classes. We've also done some wellness seminars, and we've had a speaker series. Our latest one was on frauds and scams, because unfortunately there have been some increase in frauds and scams over this time. We developed 55 plus activity booklets that we sent out to various seniors apartment buildings. And then we also had some intergenerational connections through some animal programs that people did online. So overall, it's been a great success. And we've still kept in touch with our members and people who weren't members, but were just interested in connecting during that time. And we are very happy that we were able to do so. And now we'll talk about what's next.
So, as I mentioned in the phone calls that we had, it's not surprising that people are anxious to get back. And while we've been able to keep people connected, I think for seniors in particular, there's that live in-person connection is so important. So as we start to plan our rolling out, how we return to the senior center, we're going to continue to use a mix of virtual and in-person programming. And that will all be done under the context and the guidance of both the province and Durham region in terms of, social distancing, wearing masks, all those things that we're all so familiar with these days. So it will be a phased, gradual reopening. Interestingly, I'm on the Westminster United Church committee, and we have similar discussions going on with that group too. One of the things for the seniors, the 55 plus group, we think is important is to sort of us personally as a committee to reconnect with our seniors. And so the plans are for us to develop a welcome back video as well as a newsletter for those who may not be able to access the video, but just to remind them of who we are, and maybe a picture and some of the programs that we'll be rolling out in sort of the time period. So it's not as if one day we're going to suddenly wake up and say, well, holy cow, now we have to get back. Under Kim's guidance, we've got a very structured and effective program to get back to the center. Kim?
Thank you. And I would like to say that the 55 plus committee during this whole time, jumped in, they learned Zoom, and they've been meeting regularly. So we thank them for all the help they're supporting us, the staff, with during this time. And the staff have been amazing as well in just pivoting and learning. And it's been difficult, challenging, but it's also been something that they've overcome, and it's been successful. So we're pleased. So next on the agenda, we're going to talk about age-friendly Whitby and the plan update, because we did receive a grant to evaluate and update the plan. So we started that in April. And so we way back in 2017, we received funding from the Ministry of Ontario for the town to develop an age-friendly network of seniors and community partners to review the age-friendly aspects of the community. And so we looked at the World Health Organization dimensions, such as housing, social participation, health, transportation, community, and health supports in the community. We consulted through focus groups, through surveys, and through stakeholder meetings, and came up with our 2017 age-friendly plan. And it was comprised of 72 action items, many of which have been completed or are ongoing. I would say most of the actions in the plan have been completed to an extent. And now is the time where we have to reevaluate and find out, okay, do we have to do more with these items? Are we done? Are there other items in which to add? So we are very fortunate to be able to do that, and we're focused on doing that. So we received funding to review and evaluate. So from April to August, what we're doing right now is reviewing the initiatives, and we're meeting with stakeholders virtually, of course. And we're also running virtual mini surveys. So each week we have e-newsletters with our members, and they have been very successful. So we've been running different surveys on each of the different dimensions and asking questions to see how things are going. From this, we'll also be continuing to meet with stakeholders. We're talking with staff, different in parks and recreation and planning, to see how they're working on with their initiatives. And then from September to December, we'll be finalizing, editing the plan to make it updated. And then we'll bring it to the committees, the council, and public, and then send it off, because we're part of the World Health Organization communities. We'll be sending it off there, our revitalized plan, and then moving forward with the new initiatives. And to talk about some of the mini survey that you might be interested in, here's Jessica Fox, who works with me at 55 Plus Recreation.
Thank you, Kim. As Kim mentioned, we have been sending out mini surveys to get results for some updates. These are just some of the updates that we've received. So for outdoor spaces, we found that 90% of respondents feel safe walking and traveling in Whitby communities. Majority felt that tree branches were trimmed well and sidewalks are in good condition. Almost half felt that there are more benches needed in parks and along walking trails. So we're looking at that with our Parks and Recreation Department. For transportation, 80% of respondents drive their own vehicles, 7% use transportation, and 7% use ride sharing services. Many of the comments were about wanting improved specialized transportation services or information on those services. For housing, we found that 70% of respondents felt that Whitby needs more affordable housing options, such as 55 plus communities, smaller bungalow homes, seniors apartment buildings, and subsidized housing. Many also wanted more information and education on home service support. For social participation and inclusion, there were many compliments about businesses in Whitby being accessible, inclusive, and welcoming, which was great to hear. A majority felt there was a wide variety of affordable social and recreation programs available for 55 plus seniors in Whitby. And many wanted more information on downsizing, fraud and scams, history classes, literary discussions, retirement living options. That is it for us. We will continue to complete the evaluation and we'll share our results when we are complete and finished in the fall. And now I'm going to pass it on to Michelle Cotton, our accessibility coordinator for town. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to talk to you just briefly about an initiative that we've taken underway on accessible signage and wayfinding. So I'm just going to pop up and share my screen with you. So we identified in the town that we have no consistency to our signage and wayfinding. So people have some difficulty getting from point A to point B. Travelers coming in to visit family members, seniors trying to get to new areas, seniors moving into the area, trying to get to the 55 plus rec center, town hall to pay their taxes. So we are looking at a comprehensive accessible signage and wayfinding program that orients residents and volunteers to our municipal facilities and helps get people around our facility. We undertook it because there's a lot of complaints that we get about the lack of wayfinding and signage that the town has. So for this project, we started with a group from Accessibility, Public Works, Facilities, Parks, and our Communications group. The goal is to address the needs of our expanding community. As Whitby starts to grow and grow, there is a need to be able to get people intuitively through our town providing them the best customer experience that we possibly can. This project also helps to align the town and council goals commitment to the AODA, making sure that everyone has equal access to all of our facilities, all of our services. And it also will help to recognize the new town brand to tourism and to get people where they need to be. So very briefly, this project was identified through our very first accessibility audits that were done in 2006. And as the AODA and their regulatory standards have been introduced, we waited for the province to come out with what those standards are going to be. And now that we have what that's going to look like, we're moving through our project. So right now we are at the initial findings being presented to our senior leadership team tomorrow morning. We will then open it up to stakeholder and community engagement. And we do have a goal of presenting our final recommendations to council this fall, and hopefully implementing the new signage and wayfinding shortly after that. So next steps are stakeholder and staff outreach to make sure that we have people's input, community engagement, asking people where they have difficulty finding. If they were sending their friends or family to one place in Whitby, what would it be? And how do they typically get them where they need to be? And that is a very brief overview of our accessible signage and wayfinding project that is currently underway. And I am going to pass it over to Linnea from the region to talk to you about their age friendly.
Thank you so much, Michelle. I'm going to share my screen right now. Just bear with me. Okay, so hopefully everyone can see that. Awesome, thank you. All right, so thank you again, Michelle, for the introduction. Good morning, MPP Co, Minister Cho, and everyone here today. It is an absolute pleasure to be here and to echo everyone's sentiments this morning. It is really timely given that it's Seniors Month, and I'm happy to share with you today some key projects that are being led by the Durham Council on Aging. Age-Friendly Durham is guided by the priorities and goals outlined in the Age-Friendly Durham Strategy and Action Plan. This plan is a culmination of community engagement, research, and strategy development, and positions the region towards a more collaborative and sustainable approach to meeting the needs of residents across the lifespan, and building a community where all residents, regardless of age, ethnicity, race, gender, or ability, feel included, respected, and enjoy a high quality of life. The Durham Council on Aging is a community advisory body comprised of community leadership, lived experiences, and sector-specific knowledge, all lending direction to the implementation of the Age-Friendly Durham Strategy and Action Plan and local age-friendly planning efforts. We encourage a collaborative approach, a community of practice, and seek to influence decision-making on issues facing older adults in our community. The Council is a cross-sectoral collaboration reflecting diverse needs and broad range of community perspectives. It consists of institutional members, including Ontario Tech University and our local area municipalities, including the town of Whitby, sector members who are subject matter experts in one or more of the World Health Organization's 8 age-friendly dimensions, and community members at large, including age 55 plus, Indigenous and Francophone representatives. This collaboration supports the sharing of best practices, builds local capacity, and encourages integration of services for older adults. Now, I'd like to take a moment to thank you, Minister, and the entire provincial government for the ongoing support of age-friendly Durham initiatives. The Council has facilitated many projects that contribute to an accessible and inclusive community for all residents. Some of these include the Durham Region Older Adult Housing Directory, a navigational tool to educate older adults and their loved ones on the various types of housing and level of care that is available in Durham. The Beauty of Experience Anti-Ageism campaign, supported by the Seniors Community Grants Program, is an initiative aimed to inspire and engage the community in combating age-related stereotypes, which I will expand on in a few moments. And the virtual North Durham Seniors Fair and Virtual Learning Series aims to decrease social isolation and increase service access and information as part of the larger Durham Enhanced Technology and Virtual Learning Series. And this is supported by the Inclusive Community Grant Program. The Beauty of Experience campaign is a Durham-wide public awareness initiative, and it was inspired by feedback received through consultation with older adults as part of the development of the Age-Friendly Durham Strategy and Action Plan. The campaign challenges prevailing age-related stereotypes that negatively impacts older adults in our community. Through two main campaign elements, we featured 24 older adults from across Durham who directly challenge common myths that older adults are frail, unemployable, and technophobic. This campaign provided a platform to empower these narratives, illustrate unique trajectories of aging, and highlight positive attributes of aging, including openness to new experiences, wisdom, and active participation in the community. And these stories were seen throughout the region on bus shelters, newspaper ads, radio messaging, and regional and local municipal social media channels. And I'd like to introduce you to some of these volunteers from our poster series. So first you can see here is Agatha, who in her own words took a leap of faith and started a new life in Whitby after living in Alberta for over 20 years so she could be closer to her grandchildren. And she remains active in her community in Whitby, especially at her local church. Helen exemplifies that there is no age limit to being tech literate. She and I had a great conversation of how much she loves to read and all the different novels that she reads on a weekly basis. And I said, wow, you must have quite the collection of books. And she responded, well, no, I don't have many anymore. I read it all from my tablet. Stephen is a retired teacher from Oshawa, and although he is retired, continues to follow his passion for teaching through leading multiple cooking workshops at his local senior centers. Dawn is an active volunteer who visits retirement homes and long-term care homes in Pickering. And he so passionately wanted his peers to know that you are never too old to feel valued and to be needed in your community. Katie and Herb love to travel, and they had the best stories when I had the pleasure of meeting them. And they have traveled across Europe, through Canada and Japan, and they speak multiple different languages. So the second major element of this campaign was an educational video that we filmed, and it showcases another handful of older adults from the Durham region, including a local artist from Whitby. So I'm happy to share with you this video right now.
We have to stop this ridiculous
idea called ageism.
I think the bad thing about ageism is that people are discriminating against their future selves.
Ageism hurts because people are not tapped into for what they know and what they can offer.
We are wise. We have skills that pay the bill.
We are awesome.
And we're eager to learn.
I'm 55 years old, and I've gone back to school to get a degree in nursing, which is going to take 4 years, and then my master's, and I'm going to work on my PhD.
This storytelling thing is something new for me. I've been doing plays from last 25 years in Durham region, but all of a sudden this challenge came to me, and I was almost a senior when I started traveling the world again.
हर दौर और हर युग में नित नई कहानी, नई नई दास्तान.
I'm strong because I fought many battles that I have won.
I'm strong because I believe in myself.
I'm strong because I don't give up.
Seniors are in just about the best position of any members of our population to pass on what they value.
We're never too old to learn something new.
We are never too old to care about the environment.
We're never too old to give back.
We're never too old to share knowledge.
You're never too old to be an entrepreneur. I started my creative exploration at the age of 60, and now people are asking to buy my work.
We are never too old to travel with the world, see the new places, and perform and love whatever you do.
And I just want to say that it was such a privilege to be a part of this initiative and meet such inspiring individuals. And I hope you walk away today feeling just as inspired of the contributions of older adults in the region. And this campaign was a positive experience for our volunteers as well. It provided a sense of social connectedness that they were missing throughout the pandemic. And moreover, the campaign helped serve our broader purpose in building communal understanding of the negative impacts of ageism, diverse realities of aging, and ultimately promoting social inclusion and increased safety for older adults in Durham. Now, we recognize that age-friendly planning is an ongoing process, and working with our partners in Whitby who showed great leadership as already being members, we recently became a member of the World Health Organization Global Network for Age-Friendly Cities and Communities, a network of over 1,000 cities and communities in 44 countries to illustrate Durham's ongoing commitment to building accessible and inclusive communities for all residents across the lifespan. And as members, we commit to sparking the exchange of knowledge and sharing innovative age-friendly practices that intersect with accessibility, inclusivity, and sustainability. Once again, thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity to participate in this important conversation today. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Kim, I've got a few questions if that's okay. And the update on the age-friendly Whitby plan and the evaluation of it and some of the findings of it. Jessica, one of the findings was that seniors that were part of the evaluation were looking for additional information on seniors housing. So that sort of transitions into the last presentation where there was a reference to an older adult housing book, I guess is a way of describing it. Is it available to seniors? Whoever wants to answer this question, is it available to seniors online as well? That book?
Yeah, so we had started one in Whitby, and then the region, I believe, also developed one so that it could show the resources across the region.
Okay.
I believe it's on the region's website.
All right.
I can add to that quickly if you like Kim. So yes, as Kim said, initially local area municipalities through the Durham Council on Aging came together to build a region-wide housing directory. So yes, Whitby does have one. And we're in the final stages of finalizing the document. It is quite widespread at this point, but it will live on durham.ca on the age-friendly page. So it will be available publicly, and we will share that updated information with all local area municipalities. So as well as Whitby, you'll have an updated document as well.
Perfect.
Good. Well, I'd like to have a copy of it in my constituency office to begin. And also I want to share it with Minister Cho and his parliamentary assistant, because of course we have a big province, but the Greater Toronto Hamilton area is where you have most of the seniors living. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised that there are similar requests coming into other MPPs' offices. And from what you've described and what I know of it, it's one of the best practices. So I'd like the minister to have the opportunity to look at it and his staff as well going forward. The work that you're doing is just tremendous. And I spoke, when I was introducing Kim, I spoke about the importance of collaboration with different levels of government, because the minister can't do it alone, and his parliamentary assistant cannot do it alone. And while we provide a number of supports, including the Seniors Community Grant Program and other initiatives that are led by the minister, it's really the work on the ground that makes a difference, led by yourself and others that spoke today. But important to that process is the extent to which the work is evaluated. right? And how often that evaluation takes place, because the initiatives that you do have, while they're making a difference, sometimes based on the evaluation, different pathways can be taken to affect the type of change and supports that seniors need. But each of you have pivoted so well during pandemic to ensure that the service levels that you intended to provide prior to pandemic were still there for seniors to access and help address some of the challenges that seniors were going through during pandemic, in the same way many other sectors in our population have been as well. I had one question also on wayfinding and signage, Michelle, going back to that work's really important work when you take into account in the town of Whitby, all the new developments that are underway. We got 5 new planning construction developments underway of housing going forward. And that'll bring another possibly 15,000 people to the town of Whitby. Michelle, when the wayfinding and signage study, is it also factoring the diversity of people moving into our community from different parts of the Greater Toronto Hamilton area? And in the context of diversity, how are we factoring that in the study? And how are we also factoring in that study the northern part of the town of Whitby, like Myrtle Station?
So thank you so much for the question, MPP Cho or Co. We are working with a consultant from Fathom Studios, and they are looking at the diversity of not only cultural diversity, but social economic, people who are moving through the town via pedestrians, cars, bicycles, all of any way of getting through the town. They're also looking at the town as a whole. So the entire perimeter of the town. We started the project with identifying major highway into the town. We expanded that to make sure that we were including the small hamlets that we have, to make sure that people moving into the rural areas are also accessing the proper intuitive wayfinding to get where they need to be. So our consultant is doing great work to make sure that every person in the community, whether age, ability, they are all accounted for within our signage and our wayfinding, and making sure that the system works for whatever mode of transportation you are on, and that includes your feet. So it is well encompassing of everyone.
Well, thank you for that. And it's another study. I see the minister has his hand up.
Yeah. Okay. Before we say goodbye, I like to repeat. First of all, my best friend, MPP Lone Core. Everybody respect MPP Lone Core because his leadership is fair. And I like to thank MPP Lone Core for inviting me to your Whitby Seniors Roundtable. I learned so much today. And I like to thank all the excellent presentation and the program, the Durham Council on Aging running in your community. I'm really impressed. And having said that, I have a couple requests. A couple of years ago, our ministry did the survey with the seniors, their families, and the caregivers about the needs they have, how we could serve seniors better. And we received more than 8,000 responses. At the time, according to the response, 80% of seniors, they want to stay in their own home, in their community, as long as possible. Now, with this COVID-19 pandemic, the number has been increased from 80% to 91%. seniors, they want to stay in their own home and connected in their own community rather than coming to the long-term care. So 91%. So your council, if you could make specific recommendations about affordable housing for seniors, how the government could help, how the community could help, and you could send it to your MPP loan call, and the MPP loan call will share with me, and we make the same recommendation to the Minister of Municipality and Minister of Affairs Housing. So that's very important. That's the one request. Another thing I noticed, there's a older program. I was looking for intergenerational program. You know, seniors, no matter who you are, if you live alone, we all become seniors. And if we have a good intergenerational program, good awareness program, we could fight back against the ageism. We all get old one day, right? So I'm recommending, since Durham communities is outstanding, you could encourage intergeneral program so that the young people, whether through school, whether through their religious institution, whether church, mosque, Hindu temple, or community organizations, or neighbor program, how the young people, students, they could help the seniors, our seniors could help children. I think if you take the leadership in this area, I think it's a really win-win for the young people and the seniors. And since you have that social infrastructure in your community, so maybe there's one program I like to recommend. You take a leadership there, and then once you have it developed, we could export your program to other communities. So that's my little suggestion. Thank you so much. Doing excellent work. Keep up your good work. When you do good work, it helps everybody, seniors, young people, even MPP Loan Corps and Minister Raymond Cho too. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister, and thank you to your parliamentary assistant, Daisy Way, for taking the time from your schedule to participate in this roundtable. To the participants who did provide the updates, thank you so much for your ongoing leadership and commitment to the seniors in our community. Know that each of you, through your work, is making a significant difference in their lives. And as the minister just pointed out, it's also not only the specific seniors, but their family members as well as you move forward. And then, Minister, thank you for your recommendations. I know that with the leadership that's here on this call today, they'll make sure that they do what you asked. And I look forward to bringing forward their recommendations, as I have in the past, for your consideration and Parliamentary Assistant Way's consideration going forward, and for the broader consideration of our government going forward. Kim Evans, who played a tremendous role in organizing today. Thank you, Kim, so much for all of your hard work. Did you have some closing comments you'd like to make?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Thank you, MPP Co, for helping organize this, and MPP Way, Minister Cho, for bringing greetings and attending and giving us your ideas. We thank you. And thank you, Tom, from the 55 Plus Committee, and Linnea from the region, and all the town staff that joined us today. I think it was a great opportunity to share and virtually share ideas and initiatives that are being taken for seniors. So thank you very much, everybody. And I hope everyone has a great Monday.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Parliamentary Assistant Way. Minister, I know you're on your way to another virtual meeting with my colleague, MPP Parsa. So best wishes. Please pass along my regards to MPP Parsa as well at the next session. To everyone else,
Okay.
thank you so much for
Thank you.
participating today.
Have a
Be
great
well
day, everybody.
and be safe. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
This concludes our session and roundtable. Bye-bye.